A lot of knowledge in AI is now implemented in our daily lives, social media, finance world, but it's not used for the benefit of healthcare of individual citizens. And that's what we try to accomplish in DataTools4Heart.
The DataTools4Heart project is funded by the European Commission, and it focuses on the development of tools to increase the reuse of cardiovascular data from clinical practice for research purposes. We need to do that because data is very important for research in general, in particular in certain fields, for example, for clinical research to understand diseases and develop new treatments, but also in emerging areas such as for artificial intelligence, where there is a need of big data to train these new tools.
So we are going to develop different machine learning models, including deep learning models for risk assessment and for finding the optimal referral and diagnostic pathway for the clinicians, for the hospitals.
The clinicians will benefit from these tools that we can finally share our knowledge across hospitals, because often what happens now is they work in isolations, we're fragmented, and DataTools4Heart will provide the tools to really collaborate and share algorithms and knowledge across the different institutes.
Another important goal of the project is to increase trust, because many of these clinical centers do not feel comfortable to share the data, because it's data of patients, it's personal data. Therefore, we will develop techniques in a way that we can analyze and reuse this data without the data leaving the hospitals. We will use so-called federated learning solutions.
In federated learning, what happens is that we take the model and we send it to the hospitals. Then it is trained in each hospital separately, and then the models come back to a central server, and the central model is updated. And then we send this updated model back to the hospitals. Repeating this procedure several times, we end up with a machine learning model that has high performance without needing to see the data of the other hospitals or gathering them in a specific location.
Yeah, the main challenges nowadays in healthcare is the accessibility of data. The data is not accessible to build or develop AI algorithms, and that's something that we really try to solve in DataTools4Heart.
My team, SRDC, will be leading the Work Package 2 in DataTools4Heart project. The Work Package 2 is responsible for data ingestion and harmonization. We will be acting as a bridge between the machine learning algorithms and also the clinical partners, which will be acting as clinical data sources. And in this way, the data consumers' machine learning algorithms will be able to seamlessly access data to carry out training and also to carry out validation of the algorithms. And for this, we will be building, first of all, a common data model. And then secondly, we will be building tools for data ingestion and mapping. And thirdly, we will be building tools for feature extraction to provide the necessary training and validation data to the machine learning algorithms.
It's really important within DataTools4Heart that we collaborate across countries so that we can make use of each other's knowledge. But there are challenges because we have different languages, different cultures, and that's exactly what we're trying to solve, is how something that's applicable and works in Barcelona also can work in Brno or in Amsterdam.
Here in DataTools4Heart, we are going to use natural language processing in order to process all those documents in the electronic health records that are text and they are not in a standardized way. So this includes referral letters, notes from the doctors, discharge letters, to name a few. Within the project, we are going to develop multilingual natural language processing tools that will allow us to read this text from the electronic health record and derive the key information, the most important parts, automatically, like the diagnosis, the diseases. And then additionally, we will use machine translation in order to translate between the 7 different languages that are involved in the project.
Yeah, so we have different type of expertise from a technical point of view, clinical point of view, but also ethical and legal expertise that is needed to achieve the goals of the project. And finally, we have the European Society of Cardiology, which is the largest professional association for cardiology in the world. And it has a wide network of stakeholders, clinical, patient, and other stakeholders, which will allow us to compile information on the requirements when building these tools to make sure that we are compliant with the needs, the preferences, the obstacles, and so on. But also they will allow us to disseminate and communicate the results of the project so they can reach the widest community across Europe of future users, of clinical centers, and ultimately to reach the general public so they're aware of our research and our results.
The impact of DataTools4Heart in the future will be that we can adapt the AI algorithms to the local environment, to the patient characteristics that are seen in that hospital, their location, geographic location, country, and patient characteristics, which is really relevant. Of course, one size doesn't fit all. We really have to personalize our clinical algorithms and decision support tools. And it's of course great within a consortium like DataTools4Heart, a European consortium, that we have all this type of different professionals with different backgrounds, different countries, that we work with the same purpose, and that's let the data work for our patients' benefit.